Tonight at 5, Maxine Black takes us on a fantasy tour of local dream homes.
Then at 6, Ernie Anastas, in search of a killer.
You might be surprised to learn it's as close as the Hudson River.
It's dioxin.
We call it the most powerful poison because of what we know it can do.
My son has 4 toes on his right foot.
How concerned should we be?
Watch Eyewitness News plus Dream Homes at 5.
And dioxin at 6, tonight.
Enquirer exposed, 7:30 tonight.
No answer. Cameron's not there.
I'd very much appreciate a straight answer from you, Sky, even if it is for the sake of our childhood friendship. You have been a part of this conspiracy to put me behind the bars of a nice, comfortable federal prison.
We were just trying to find the phone book, Ian.
Ah, the phone book. That's the most important thing, isn't it? You thought I had it all the time.
They knew that you didn't have it yet.
But you thought I might lead you to it, like a bloodhound.
Something like that.
You know, I've learned quite a lot in the last few hours. I've learned that I've been trapped by my wife and my best friend.
I'm the one who was trapped, Ian. I'm the one who was threatened with an espionage charge.
You? What are you talking about?
Do you remember the night you came to visit me when I was ill?
Yes, I remember.
You came to visit me up in my room. The very next morning, incriminating documents were found in my bedroom wall safe. They were discovered by the district attorney and by an agent from the CEA.
A man named Cameron, no doubt.
That's right. A man named Cameron. He threatened to charge me with espionage. See, until tonight, I thought it was you who had framed me.
Me? Why would I do a thing like that?
I don't know. Because you had the opportunity? Because you were known to be a spy?
Sky, I swear on my honor.
You don't have to deny it. As of now, I know that it wasn't you. I've discovered that the man who put the documents in my safe was the same man who took them out. David Cameron.
Real Constantine, who gave us the idea that there might be someone in the CEA who was not exactly loyal to his country, despite 15 years of security clearance.
Nothing wrong with my clearance, Scanlon. It's your clearance that's in danger if you are one of us.
I'm surprised you don't recognize my name from the security list. But then there are hundreds of us, aren't there?
Oh, yes? Well, if you are who you say you are, why not get on the phone to Washington and prove it?
Wrong capital, Cameron. I know who you'd really like to call.
You're insane, Scanlon. You're asking for big trouble.
I didn't ask for this trouble. I was assigned to it by your own superiors when they began to get the idea that they might have been harboring a mole for the last 15 years.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, I've wanted to nail you dozens of times since we started this whole thing. But they kept telling me to be patient. They kept telling me that retrieving the phone book was just as important as throwing a net over you.
All right, look. I have been in touch with the other side. Of course I have. You've heard of double agents.
I've also heard of double crosses, Cameron.
I'm telling you that I'm working for our side and working damn hard. I was willing to do anything just
Even kill Raven Devereaux,
Well, that was a bluff, of course. I wouldn't have done anything like that.
You can tell the whole story to Washington.
What's going on?
It's all right now, Mrs. Devereaux.
Raven. Back inside. Get me the disc. Come on. Oh, thank you, Raven. Thank you very much.
Not gonna kill me, are you?
Oh, now, why would I do a thing like that? You've been so helpful. I might just need you, though, for a little bit. After all, I have been slightly handicapped here, Raven. Now I'm going to have to go out for a short while. I'll try not to be too long, but don't hold dinner for me.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by new Lemon Bright Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean leaves no wax floors so clean they shine. And by new Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener. Now with more fabric softener freshness.
One more stretch and I'll drop.
Beauty knows no pain.
Here. What'd you do to this towel?
Just washed it. Why?
Smells so fresh. What'd you use?
Something new.
A liquid softener?
Nope.
A tossing sheet? Come on, everybody knows only a fabric softener gets a towel soft and fresh. So what'd you add?
I didn't add anything.
New Bold 3 did. We added more fabric softener freshness. So now you get cleaning, softening, and static control. Plus more fabric softener freshness, all in one box.
New Bold 3. I thought you were pulling my leg.
That's why we do aerobics.
Oh, very good.
New Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener. Now with more fabric softener freshness.
Happy birthday!
Oh, Jimmy, don't. The floor's wet.
No, it's dry. I washed it hours ago.
What? Oh, you're kidding. Wow, that shine made me think it was wet. Using something new for your no-wax floor?
Yep. New Lemon Bright Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean is new?
Sure is. It's a whole new Mr. Clean. New Lemon Bright color, new fragrance.
Terrific. Really lemony.
And a new brightening formula that's even better than before.
I'll say. It really shines. And no dull film or streaks.
Even Armstrong approves it for my no-wax Solarian floor.
With a shine like this, I approve too.
New Lemon Bright Mr. Clean brings out a no-wax shine so bright, you may wonder, is it wet or is it dry?
No, it's dry.
Ian, none of this matters now. The only thing that matters is Raven's safety.
The irony of it is that I should be concerned about my safety. You know who orchestrated this whole thing? It was David Cameron. He's due for a great deal of commendation. I wonder who's going to pin the medals on him.
What do you mean, who?
Sky, the game is over. The phone book is lost. You can tell that to your friends at the CEA, in case they don't know already. My hunch is that they don't.
I mean, what hunch is that?
Why don't you find that out for yourself? I've said too much already.
Wait a minute, Ian, I'm not going to let you just go. What do you know?
You want me to tell you for the sake of our friendship?
Mike, I can hardly believe what you're telling me. Sure, I've heard of bad cops framing bad guys with drugs or stolen merchandise.
The parallel is obvious, Derek. Cameron is definitely a bad cop. There's no question that he planted that incriminating evidence in Sky's wall safe.
If you could have seen Mike's face when he realized the truth.
It's a hell of a thing to be thinking about on the night of your 20th wedding anniversary.
It never would have occurred to me otherwise. When I faked taking Nancy's gift out of that bedroom wall safe, I realized how simple it would have been for Cameron to do exactly the same thing.
And it was the only way he could be sure of Raven's cooperation.
We all knew Cameron played pretty rough, but I didn't think he'd stoop this low.
Derek, I was fed up with his tactics before this happened. You can imagine how I felt when I heard this.
Yeah, I can. Skylar knows?
He does, but Raven doesn't.
When I last talked to Sky, he hadn't told her yet.
Well, we all know what's going to happen once Raven finds out. Cameron's well-laid plans are going to just go out the window.
Well, she's bound to drop the scheme because now there's no longer any motive.
And there goes all chances of retrieving the phone book.
At least through Deborah. That doesn't mean there won't be some other way, though.
It really would be poetic justice if his scheme failed. He's toyed with so many people's lives.
Everything he's done has turned out negative, especially Valerie having to leave town.
That's the worst part of this whole thing. Much as we're opposed to his methods, we have to sympathize with his goal.
David.
David, yes. Bloody David, but slightly bald.
Mike? He's hurt.
What happened? All right. No, I'm just a little weak, that's all.
Let's give him a soap.
One shot. In the line of duty.
Better call for an ambulance.
Right.
Hold up. No ambulance. No, that's not a good idea at all.
David, you need medical attention.
Yes, sure, I do, but I don't want to attract any attention here at this moment.
Don't worry about it. We'll get you a quiet ambulance.
Now look, I am not going to any hospital. You understand? That's not that bad. I think it's just a flesh wound. That's all. All right. Yeah, let's get this jacket off.
Okay. Listen, maybe you ought to go upstairs and lie down for a minute.
Oh, yeah, I'm not so sure I can negotiate those stairs right now.
David, you still need a doctor, even if the wound isn't serious.
All right.
There's always the danger of infection.
All right. You get me a doctor. That's fine, but you get one that can be discreet. Get some water.
Yeah, hello?
Miles, it's Mike. Have I caught you in the middle of something?
No, not really, just in the middle of a medical job.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you, but are you up to a house call?
Somebody sick in the family?
No, you might say it's a friend of the family. He's been shot.
Shot?
Yeah, I think it's in the side, but the bullet may have missed the rib.
What the hell are you calling me for? Why don't you get an ambulance?
I'm afraid we can't do that. It's a bit hard to explain. That's why we'd appreciate it if you could come over here.
I'll be right there, Mike.
Thanks. All right, David. Someone discreet is on the way.
My mother, who's Italian, would know her daughter's sauce.
Will Diane's mother know the difference between her daughter's homemade spaghetti sauce and ragu home style?
Nice and thick. A lot of Italian qualities in it, that's for sure. It is very, I could eat it just the way it is without the spaghetti.
Mom, that's ragu.
It is ragu? It really is good.
Ragu home style spaghetti sauce. That's Italian.
If it wasn't good,
I can't believe
I wouldn't say it was good.
Get something quick! The pork chops are burning.
How do I clean up after apple turnovers?
You can always depend on SOS because no matter how oily, greasy, baked, or burnt things get, nothing leaves them feeling cleaner than a super grease-cutting SOS soap pad.
Get everything ready. Tonight we're stuffing a duck.
SOS, it's crazy to cook without it. And try SO Easy, our two-sided scrubber with soap for your dishes, glasses, and Teflon-coated cookware.
Ian, I want you to understand, I thought that you had betrayed me.
Because you thought I'd framed you for espionage.
See, I already knew about your secret history. See, Cameron had already tried to enlist my aid in trapping you.
Because he thought you were my friend.
Yeah. I must admit, I found it a little difficult to believe when he told me that you were a professional spy and had been one for years.
Shocking, huh?
Yeah, well, surprising anyway. You know what the CEA has on you? I mean, they don't have enough evidence right now to arrest you, but they do know, for example, that you transacted to buy the list of all the American agents working abroad.
Well, why didn't you help them? You could have seen it as your patriotic duty.
If it was as simple as that, I might have, but once I found out what they wanted, I couldn't.
And what was that?
They wanted me to convince Raven to marry you.
I see.
See, that's the reason that Cameron framed me, so he could have a bargaining chip. He knew that he would get Raven to do anything that he wanted in order to keep me out of prison.
Strange, isn't it? The power of love. I shouldn't blame Raven. I should congratulate her for a wonderful, convincing, and realistic performance as a loving wife.
Help! Is anybody out there?
This is ridiculous. There's not anybody around for miles. I wonder if I killed him. He's still breathing. Where did Cameron put my clothes?
fever for the flavor of a Pringle. Once you taste the fluffer, you need help. Once you taste the flavor, then you get the fever. Then you got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle. Yeah! Once you taste the flavor, it's the deep fried thing. Then you get the fever. It's the crispy crunch. Then you got the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
Wait till you taste Pringles now.
Don't worry, I'll be back.
Who's worried? It's drafty. Where's his blanket?
Here.
Ooh, it's not soft enough for him.
Honey.
He's right, but I've tried lots of softeners, even liquids. Not new Downy.
New Advanced Formula Downy out-softens all other fabric softeners, even other liquids. No other brand can touch new Downy's softness.
Soft?
New Downy softens best. April fresher, too.
Okay, sport?
Someone said thanks.
New Advanced Formula Downy.
Betsy smells funny.
That's baby smells. Smelly formula, sticky baby food.
Diapers.
That's ammonia. Baby laundry is a special problem. So instead of regular detergent, I use Dreft with enriched borax. It's specially made for baby laundry.
There's borax in grain after grain of Dreft. Dreft gets tough baby laundry clean and clean smelling.
Now she smells good.
Dreft cleans baby smells out of baby laundry.
Well, your friend Cameron's a very lucky man. He's also a pretty good judge of bullet wounds.
So then it was superficial?
Well, only in that it didn't hit any vital organ. But the bullet did go through his entry wound, exit wound.
Will he be all right?
Oh, no question about it, with the proper care. But to me, you see, the proper care in these cases means hospitalization.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I sure did. You're right. Very stubborn man. Anybody care to explain it to me?
No, I'm not so sure that that's permitted.
Well, I see no reason to hide it now. If Cameron's wound had been more serious, his identity would be out in the open anyway. Miles, Cameron is a government agent with the Counter-Espionage Agency.
Well, I kind of thought he was a law officer of some kind with Derek involved.
Yes, he's a deputy director. One of the top men in the VA.
Well, is the job and the injury, are they related?
So he told us when he got here. We don't know any details.
I'm afraid there's a detail I'm supposed to take care of. All bullet wounds are supposed to be reported to the police.
Yeah, well, since I'm the police around here, you can just file that report with me.
What are you telling me? Telling me this is off the record?
Well, let's just say there's going to be as little publicity in this matter as possible. Cameron himself requested it.
Yes, and since he usually gets what he wants, we'll oblige.
I see. Even if I didn't see, I guess I'm not going to get much of an explanation.
Not for the moment, Miles. I'm sorry. We'll have to trust your discretion.
Well, there's no need to worry about me. I just do a little worrying about your patient in there.
Yeah, what I'm wondering about right now is, shouldn't we be notifying somebody, his superiors at the CEA, or his family?
I have no knowledge of his family, Nancy, and as for anyone else, I think we should leave that decision up to Cameron.
Well, I guess I've done all I can.
All right, hold on. I'll go back with you.
Nancy, if you could possibly keep your guest in bed for the next 24 hours, you'd be doing him a great favor.
Okay,
One thing, the dressing has to be changed tomorrow morning. If he's still here, give me a call. And if he insists on leaving, tell him at least to stop by my office, would you?
Okay, we'll do that.
Good night. You know, there was one very peculiar thing.
What was that?
Well, when I introduced myself, he seemed startled. He asked me if my wife's name was Nicole.
Well, it's not so strange. He probably reads the newspapers like most people.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, good night.
No,
Good night.
Good night,
Derek.
Thank you.
Good night.
But I suppose there's not much more we need to say to each other.
No, wait a minute. I want to know what you meant when you said something about wondering who was going to pin the medals on Cameron if he found the phone book.
Yes, but Cameron has the phone book.
Are you serious?
Do you want to hear a funny story, Sky? This phone book, this list of names we've been looking for all this time has quietly been reposing in my study.
Well, why didn't you find it before?
Because it was carefully hidden on a computer disk. Until our darling Raven accidentally discovered her ex-husband's diary and then realized that this mysterious code is in fact chess notations.
I don't understand.
I have a program of chess on a disk. Now, when Raven played this game, out of the phone book, it decoded another program.
The phone book?
Yes, of course. And Cameron now has the phone book. I might add that he obtained it from me by using a rather devious method.
How did he do that?
Well, he threatened to kill Raven if I didn't hand the phone book and the disc over to him.
My God,
Presumably he's gone to Washington now, unless he's taken a detour.
Is that what you think, that Cameron may not be on our side at all?
I just have my suspicions, Sky. Call it an instinct, if you like. Maybe I just have a romantic notion of the integrity of the CEA.
Yeah, I just find this all a little difficult to believe. I mean, Cameron is holding Raven hostage and he's threatening to kill her?
Look, I just hope that I'm wrong, all right? But if Cameron is what I think he is, it may just be that he's not being the man of honor he's pretending to be.
What do you... Are you saying that Cameron may still have Raven killed?
Ironic, isn't it? I thought we'd seen the last of David Cameron.
Yes, now we have him as our house guest.
Oh, no, I'm not going to intrude on your hospitality any longer, except to borrow your shirt, Mike, if you don't mind.
David, you're not going to leave here in your condition.
You've never thought very much of my decisions, but I don't blame you, so
No,
that's
wait,
okay.
David, this is very foolish. Miles said that you should be resting for at least 24
Yes,
hours.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have that luxury. I have things to do, important things to do.
You're not going to accomplish much if you're not feeling well.
I'll be all right. You got a good doctor for me. I'm grateful.
Yes, he is a good doctor, and he knows what he's talking about.
That's good advice, Nancy. I'm afraid I can't take it. I've got to go. Duty calls.
Isn't that Florida orange juice?
Orange is smart for drinking orange juice. For that clean and sunny taste. Hey, orange is smart for drinking orange juice. Pure refreshment any place. Hey, orange is smart for drinking to your body's content. The taste that only nature could invent.
100% pure from Florida.
Hey, sport, orange is smart.
Scraped her leg. My elbow, too.
Glad I bought 2 different bandages.
Rico Max, they're better than those ones.
Because Trico breathes better.
Look at hot and wrinkly under it. What about my elbow?
I'm bending places, flexible fabric. Because it stretches.
A bending bandage.
Better.
Trico Mesh, better because it breathes. And flexible fabric, better because it bends. Different bandages for different needs. Only by Band-Aid brand from Johnson & Johnson.
Celebrate General Hospital's 20th anniversary and watch a week of great memories. Who could forget these favorites? Luke and Laura's wedding, Scorpio and Tiffany on the Island of Mystery, favorite villains, vintage footage of Steve and Jesse. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't miss it all next week.
Don't look so stricken, Sky. I may be wrong about my suspicions.
Yeah, but the idea that the CEA would take Raven hostage and then threaten to kill her, I just can't...
Yes, well, however, I couldn't afford to take that chance. I must be off.
Wait a minute, Ian. Was it Cameron who told you about Raven and me?
Yes. And with a great deal of enjoyment, I might add.
And yet you still gave him the phone book to save Raven.
Well, you know me. Always the gentleman.
Look, Ian, I know how, you must hate Raven and me for everything that we've done, but I want you to know that Raven suffered a lot before she did it.
And afterwards. I'm sure she suffered a lot afterwards. Being forced to marry a man that she disliked and mistrusted.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. And you can either believe it or not, but you see, from my point of view, she liked you, as a matter of fact, perhaps a bit too much. That was my major concern throughout this, that I would lose Raven to you.
Raven? Where are you, Raven? This is no time to play hide and seek. We've got to go, and I need some travel insurance. Where are you?
Right over here, Cameron.
When you need a little lift, but you just can't take a break, chew Wrigley's Spearmint Gum.
The cool, refreshing feeling of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum puts a little lift in everything you do. That good, smooth chewing, that crisp, clean taste. That Wrigley's Spearmint pickup is going for you.
Wrigley's Spearmint Gum really keeps you humming. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum keeps you humming along. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum really keeps you humming. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum keeps you humming.
Grandma, help! Mom expects me to clean this greasy, dirty floor, and we're out of floor cleaner.
Nonsense. There's a great floor cleaner.
409? But it's for greasy stoves, counters.
Sally, 409's great on greasy, dirty floors, too.
Watch how 409's special grease dissolvers cut through greasy floor dirt on contact.
It is great on floors.
Wow, now that's clean.
We found a new floor cleaner.
Formula 409 cuts greasy floor dirt on contact.
This is Marlo Thomas. Nobody traps a man better than Raven, even if he belongs to somebody else. Well, move over, Raven. I've got some things to say about love, sex, and marriage. Wednesday.
Tonight, America's Rubik's Cube champ demonstrates his skill on That's Incredible. Then, did they condemn her to die because of the way she'd lived? Lindsay Wagner stars in the story of a wife and mother whose lifestyle led her to death row. I Want to Live, the ABC Monday night movie.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, free enterprise comes to China, and after years of suppression, business has never been better.
If they work hard, they can make good money.
But will it make their products better for the world? Watch ABC's World News Tonight with David Brinkley.
There's something really delicious in this week's newspaper. Look for Dunkin' Donuts money-saving coupon in your local newspaper.
Good afternoon, I'm Ernie Anastas. Coming up today at 5 o'clock, Liz and Dick, they certainly are the talk of the town after the opening of Private Lives. Doug Johnson will tell us what the people are saying, and Katie has a review for us. We'll have that story and this.
I'm Lewis Young in Fort Dix, New Jersey, and these people are not soldiers, they are college students. The rise in ROTC popularity, our special report tonight, coming up.
Also, we'll have live Chicken King Frank Perdue with us, and our special report on dream homes coming up at 5 o'clock. See you.
Okay, America, which iced tea is the great taste that refreshes you most?
Clearly Nesty.
Flash full, icy cool.
Clearly Nesty.
Wet, crisp, clean, brisk.
Right is Nesty.
Splish splash.
A tall glass.
A taste blast.
Clearly Nesty. Clearly Nesty.
Cold drink, clean, clean, jumping, Nesty. Nesty, Nesty.
Clearly Nesty.
Juice, next fruit.
Clearly Nesty.
Sears Carnival of Values opens with savings throughout the store. Choose Junior and Mrs. Nightshirts, all at $4 to $6 off. Get Dream Supreme 2 plush carpeting at half price, just $12.49 a square yard. Save $100 on this gas grill with match-free ignition. Follow the crowd for half-price interior latex paint. Save $40 on this ColecoVision video system. Includes Donkey Kong cartridge. Hurry to the Carnival of Values where the excitement is savings at Sears.
Monday, hang 10 with a surfing cycler and catch a concert by a blind 5-year-old pianist on That's Incredible. Then, the party's over for Barbara Graham.
For the lady?
She was a sucker for a good-looking guy.
I go with the guy because I like him. You understand that?
Till she met one man too many.
Everybody's using me.
Lindsay Wagner.
I want to live.
Tonight.
I'm Marlo Thomas. Join me for Love, Sex, and Marriage, No Strings Attached, Wednesday.
Coming up, it's TV's favorite families on The Family Feud. Join Richard Dawson as he welcomes your old friends from Batman, Gilligan's Island, Lost in Space, and Hawaiian Eye.
Will Batman do it?
And on All My Children.
I have no one else to turn to.
You can't trust me. You can't trust anybody. I'm begging you. Turn yourself in.
Family Feud special, All My Children. Weekdays